Hello and welcome back to National Busways West Scotland, here at the Irvine garage, where I've just lost an hour of recording but not quite all of the progress. So, we are here at the Irvine garage. First of all, I know it's been a while since the last Scotland one. Honestly, I was just kind of stuck for what to do. I didn't really know where I wanted to go. We're serving quite a lot of the map, but I didn't know where I wanted to expand to. But in the hour that I've now lost, I've built up a little network of local services between Ardrossan and Stevenston. So I will take you through those. We have the 281 starting off, which runs from the Ardrossan estate. From the Ardrossan estate in Stevenston, across through this middle road, which is called High Road. Wow. Down into Ardrossan and terminating at the ferry terminal at Ardrossan Harbour. Then we have the 282 that starts at Ardrossan Harbour, comes up through Ardrossan, follows the 272 up to Stanley Road, where it runs along it for a little bit, and then drops down into Saltcoats, where it terminates on the seafront. Then there's the 283, which I've been catapulted to the bottom of the map, which starts up here in at Stevenston, Hayox School, and runs through almost into Saltcoats, up through this estate, back down and into Ardrossan. And finishing up with the 284, which is one of the routes of all time. Starts in Ardrossan Town Centre, comes up the back, out that way, goes around this estate clockwise, then up through here, then sort of around this side, meets up with the it doesn't meet up with anything on that road, and then terminates at Saltcoats Station. It's a Sunday in game, and the 284 does not run on Sundays, so we're not going to be looking at the 284, but we are going to be looking at the 281, 282 and 283. All routes except the 284 run half-hourly during the week, and either hourly or every 45 minutes on Sunday. The 284 runs every hour during the week, and not at all on Sundays. So, I'm going to buy a bus. I want to buy a bus, and I have some new toys. We have every length of the Dennis Dart now, from the MPD up to the SPD. We have every length of SLF, which, for those counting, means we have the 8.8 metre MPD, the 9.3 metre SLF, the 10.1 metre SLF, the 10.7 metre SLF, and the 11.3 metre SPD. So we're doing quite well on the Dart front, and of course I'm going to buy lots of them. We're going to be going Dart mad for a little bit, so just hang tight if Darts aren't your thing. I need to make a new vehicle group because the 10.1 is going to be the DM type. Like that. Very nice. We'll put this into the DM type, and I need 8 of them, because we have a PVR across the 281, 282 and 283 of 6. So it's just nice, and then it's just nice to have a few extra, because the game needs you to have a few extra. And of course, it's me. I've made a livery. I think this looks absolutely wonderful in the Ayrshire livery. So there's 8 of our DMs. And there they are. I'm now going to buy 2 more darts, and they're going to be pointed to MPDs. And they're just going to go into the DS type group, as you would expect. Bright yellow, isn't that fun? With the light grey skirt, that would be very brave. But of course we're going for our red, because this is Ayrshire, and the red is just so nice. I love the red. So, CBM is not happy. CBM is not happy lately. I don't know what's going on. But here we are. Now, we have some parking spot issues at this garage. So I'm just going to move these darts, these extra darts along. Doesn't matter where they end up as long as they end up with dart. There's our other dart. There you go. Now we have all of our darts. So let's get these all plated up. I did have these all plated up before. It's just a case of trying to remember where I was. I think I was at DM133. And I think it was SG04 ADN? That sounds right. I can't click it, that's fun. Oh well. So yes, we have SG04 ADN, better known as DM133. DM134, which has the license plate SG04 ADO. Then we have IV for Irvine, DM135, which has the license plate SG04 ADP. Then we have that, it's DM136, SG04 ADR. Then we have that setup, it's DM137, SG04 ADR, no, ADS. Then IV, DM, what was it, 138? Yeah, it's 138 now. SG04 ADT. Oh. Ow. Meow. There we go. Ayrshire IV. This is DM139. Better known to the DVLA as SG04 ADU. And then the final one of the DMs is DM140. Better known to the DVLA as SG04 ADV. Then our MPDs are just going to continue off of that for, you know, because they're just two more. IV, and they are going to be, I think it was DS301. Yeah, it was DS301 and 302. SG04 ADW and SG04 ADX. better known as DS302. Right, so that's the entire fleet of our brand new little darts. DM stands for Dart Midsize, and with the 9.3 metre, we have two different lengths of DS. So the 8.8 and the 9.3 are both considered the DS type. They're grouped together because they're really about the same size. So, I'm going to go into the timetables for each of the new routes and get them set up with vehicle preferences, because the 28, 1, 2 and 3 don't have any vehicle preference set because I didn't have the type group until just now. So, you want DMs? Not DXs. No, you want DMs. 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 DM. DM. And DM. Good. That's the 281. And I believe the 284 is already set to prefer the DS, but I will check. Because I did these while I was recording, and I didn't want to give the game away that we were buying a load of darts. So that's not meant to run today, but it will be running today in one direction only, until 8 PM. Which is just very weird for me. That's how you can tell it's not actually me. I have a very, consistent way of doing my timetables, because that's just what works for me. So let's head back to the Irvine bus garage and find out just how badly I messed up. No, it should be fine. It should honestly be totally fine. I'm back to where I was, basically. In terms of lost progress, I'm back to where I was. In terms of lost content, I have lost an hour of recording, including, the time lapses that these routes were going to have of me putting them in. Which is annoying to say the least. But here we are. And apparently it didn't register that click. Oh, I just hit escape. I just hit escape to go back to the depot, and I could hear my computer's fans revving up. This is one of the games of all time. So yeah, assign drivers and assign shifts. Good. And indeed, it's assigned some 284s. So yes, this is the new model of the Pointer 2. I think it looks absolutely stunning, and it comes in lengths 8.8 to 10.7 meters. So I will be using it for every dart we get from here on out, except for any SPDs, where I'll revert to the old Mr. Chips dart that's been in the game for basically ever. While we wait for all that, let's just, situate ourselves. Where are we? We're in the southeastern corner of the map. Well, not quite corner anymore, but we are in the southeast of the map. We have Irvine down here. We have lag everywhere. Now, I was considering, and I might still be considering it now that I'm re-recording this, putting in a route between Kilmarnock and Irvine that uses darts, like little darts, to link up Gatehead and Drybridge. But I'm not sure, because I could also do some Kilwinning stuff. Irvine's got fairly good coverage. I've only got Ayrshire liveries. That is something I will note about them right away, before you start thinking to yourself, oh, you could do stuff in Hamilton. No. because I've only got liveries for Ayrshire at the moment. And what happens if you go this way from Kilwinning? You get up to Dallery. Okay. I don't think that's in Ayrshire. I'm not sure. It might be in Ayrshire. Lag. You can tell it's a lag because even that bus that's on the motorway not moving. Well, it is now because the lag stopped, but yes. I would love to serve Galston a little bit more effectively, but that's just not gonna go from Kilmarnock, because that intersection doesn't exist on the map. And like, sure, you could do that, but it would just be a bit weird. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing there. Why is that stopped there? I'm not serving Loudon Castle. Lag. Game lag. There we go. We have Strathaven. Again, not in Ayrshire, but an idea for where I can use the darts. Although that is on the end of a DX route from Hamilton, so that would get DXs. But maybe we displace a few DXs from Hamilton town services with some DLs, and put the DXs on an augmented Strathaven run that has a town section. That could work. Straight away what I'm going to do is look at Ardrossan to see if there's anything going on. There's something. It is SGO4 ADO, which is going to do a 282, starting at Ardrossan and heading over to Saltcoats. So, that leaves at 9:41. Speed things along until we have something to look at on this 242? No, 282. Aha! So yes, coming out of Ardrossan, it's already very busy. This place has been absolutely gagging for a town service, I can tell. But we seem to be coping, and hopefully things will calm down. Do we have an event on? We do have a city festival. That will also be making the numbers go brr. And they are indeed going brr. There's another dart on the 281. I can only assume that's a 281. It might be a 283. Is that a mini dart? I think that's a mini dart? Yeah, it's a mini dart. So that we've just gotten to Saltcoats there. This is a 284 mini dart heading over to Ardrossan, which I'm actually not going to look at. We are going to ignore them. This is the 281 heading to the Ardrossan estate in Stevenston from Ardrossan ferry terminal. Leaving Ardrossan the same way as the 282, which should take quite a bit of... it should ease that bit quite nicely. And then we just go straight down this main road, all the way into Stevenston. And we are full. Well, not quite. We were basically full. Not so anymore. And we are heading through Stevenston, and that's just got the run to the estate to go, so let's join this 283, which comes out of Stevenston first, like this, along the route that the QuickSilver routes take, which are the 771 and 727 through here. And then we go up this way towards the main road, but then we keep going and we go through this estate. We apparently have a big wait there, going through the estate, and then I think it's straight on. No, it's down this way. That's fun. Which is the one that goes the other way then? Is that the 282? Have I got them so that they share this bit and, like, not the top section? I've already forgotten my own route. This is the situation. But we're doing fairly okay. We're just past Ardrossan South Beach Station for trains to Glasgow and Largs. And then into Ardrossan Town Centre and back out again after a few minutes wait. So, now that I have that, I am tempted to put a route in so that I have something to show for this episode. And wouldn't it be nice to have Dalry or Kilwinning linked in to Saltcoats or Kilwinning? Well, Kilwinning's linked into Dalry, but that route doesn't go through Dalry Station, which is here. But maybe that's best served by a local service, which would be Prime Dart territory. Yes, it would be. So am I suggesting that I do a route from this part of Dalry up to this part of Kilwinning? Maybe. That could be fun. But at that point we're definitely not in Ayrshire, and I've only got an Ayrshire livery. This is why you should always make sure that things are going to work. And if things ever look like they're not working, stop it before they're actually not working. You know what? I'm going to head to the main garage at Polmedy, set off a map research south, because that should get us down towards... where am I looking? It might not get us much, actually, but it will get us Dundonald. Because we can see the top of Dundonald at the moment. It might get us Barrowsea. And maybe Troon, if we're very lucky. But expanding towards Ayr is something I want to do. So let's expand the map towards Ayr. While the game doesn't autosave. Isn't this just wonderful? Now, wouldn't it be nice also to do services on the Isle of Bute? I could probably do... I don't think Rothsay really needs a town service. Unless it's just that hilly that, even though the distances are short, it's so hilly that the bus would definitely still be useful. Trying to think where my tiny baby solo would work. I'm not going to get sidetracked. I'm going to head back to Polmedy, which is very busy. Oh my. And let's research some south. And also, let's have a look at Pennyburn. Why not? What are my reports doing? Okay, that's... yeah. School bus contracts added in the next DLC. Nice. Good. But then let's have a look at feature requests. This is another good... connection server could not be established. I don't know why that is. This game's not... My install of this game is not happy. But anywho. I'm going to return to the Irvine garage. Just look at our darts. Aren't they pretty? When do you go? 1550, 1605, 1610. Yeah, as expected. This is because everything's doing like one shift today. But no, I want to keep the game moving. I don't want to pause the game. I'm gonna zoom around off camera because OpenStreetMap on my laptop is far more responsive than this game is, with OBS running, etc. I'm trying to do this as smoothly as possible. It's not having it. Right, so I want to look at Kilwinning. So we have the 11A, which interworks off of the 111 and does a circuit around Pennyburn Road. What we could do is have a 4-something-1 as a local town service in Kilwinning that goes the other way around Pennyburn Road, and then goes somewhere else on the other side of town. I'm thinking it's up there somewhere. I'm trying to move the camera to get to it, but you know, these things always take forever. There we go. Yeah, I was thinking we go up here to... I'm going to call it Woodwynd. That sounds adorable, I like that. Yes, so that's going to be Pennyburn to Woodwynd, the 4-something-1. And that'll get mini darts. So I will be putting in a route. And I'll even keep you with. But I'm heading over to the 4s, so that I know where I can potentially start. Well, we're doing all of these around, like... So why not 431? Okay, yeah, 431. And so 43 something will be local services in Kilwinning. Not that there's going to be that many. But 431 is going to be the start. So, I'm going to have this go. This is going to be the 431, Pennyburn, and Woodwynd. And we're going to start at Pennyburn School. Stop there. We'll stop there. We'll stop at St. Luke's. Then we'll go up here. This way. Stop outside the railway station. Go there. Ooh, no, I actually want to go there as well. And I don't want to go there. I want to go this way. Lachlan Way eastbound. Waterside. King Street. Now this is where it gets really hard to judge. Because clearly there's a right way to go around this and a wrong way to go around this. We'll stop there at that shop, then we'll go around. Does that at least get everyone in here? It does. Then here, and I'm going to have this say Woodwynd. And that's going to go like that, and then we're going to head down, back, in, ooh, not like that, like that, there we go, and then we're going there. That is the 431 from Pennyburn, or the town service in Kilwinning, serving Pennyburn and Woodwynd. So timetable wise, this, it says it's going to take 25 minutes to do a loop. So I'm going to put timing points in, and it'll probably run half hourly with one bus. Routes with a PVR of 1 are very annoying because the way that the shift changeovers work means that you really want 2 buses. And if the shift changeovers aren't perfect, then you want 2 buses for each route that you have a vehicle requirement of 1 for. So it's just very awkward. But I'm sure we will get through this. And we will come out the other side with a fantastic bus network. This is going to be the Monday to Saturday service, and then we're going to have a Sunday service as well. So I want a timing point at Townhead Kilwinning Station, Kilwinning Lochlan Way. Oh, hang on. I actually do want to split it. There we go. Yeah, Townhead Kilwinning Station, Kilwinning Lochlan Way, and then Woodwynd. We're not waiting. Monday, Saturday, outbound. And it's going to start at 5:22 and run until 23:22. Every 30 minutes throughout the day. So, 5:39 from Woodwynd. We want timing points at Kilwinning, Lochlan Way, and McGavin Way, because that is the closest one to the station. And I'll put a timing point in there, and 5:39 until 23:39. So, 5:51, 5:52, that is perfect. Monday, Saturday, inbound. So on a Sunday, this is going to run less frequently, as well as having shorter operating hours. It's going to run every 45 minutes from 5:52. No, sorry, 6:22 until 2022. Or the last one before 2022, because it's running every 45 minutes, which is 1952. I don't like that. 2037, I like that a little bit more. Which means we want services from Woodwynd 6:39 until 2054. 6:39 until 20:54. This is going to be Sunday inbound and Sunday outbound, and it's going to want a DS type from Irvine. If the game would respond, that would be nice. This game is brilliant until you get a good save going like this. Because I am trying to scroll this menu up. Aha, Irvine. I clicked like a few seconds before I said I clicked. And it's still not actually selected it. And now I've got the spinning wheel of death. And now it's put OBS in front for no reason. And we'll activate that now, why not? So yeah, this route needs only one bus, but I might need another bus in the DS type fleet at Irvine. We will have more DSs in time, but for now I want to see if I can run it with just the one. If I hadn't been so stupid with the 284, it would have been fine, but yeah. How long have I been going? I've been going for 40 minutes. Wow. So today, the 431 is going to get a bigger bus than normal. Call it a first day special, inauguration. Even though it's just, we didn't have any small buses free. But we have darts, and I'm going to bring you back when we have map expansion. Right, it is now time to look at our new map. I paused the game in the hopes that we might get decent performance. How far did we go? We have Troon. We have Troon. I'm happy. We have Troon. We have Crossroads. We have Cross Hands. What else do we have? Because we have all of this, which is nothing. Oh, there's a road there. Oh, there's Glespin. Colburn. Although, didn't we already have Colburn? If we did, I do want to remind myself what's on the western edge. Eastern edge. My southeastern bias. I'm so used to the water being on the southeastern side that when I'm inland I think I'm west. Because if you don't know, I now live in Kent, southeast of London, and the water is to my south and east. Oh, it leaves my, I'm not even going to try. I know you're watching, Alex. Oh yeah, and we have law, and just all of this. I need to get an orange version of my darts, because we're going to have loads of them. But I think that's a good place to leave things. We've got a new map. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 again, 5 new routes, and we have a new model of one of the most important buses of the early 2000s. So, I think on that note, I will see you next week from National Busways, West Scotland. Bye bye.